Russia and NATO are currently experiencing the most visible confrontation since the Cold War. Yet only one side seems willing to acknowledge it. The September 9th incursion of 21 Russian drones into Polish airspace, an unprecedented move in Moscow's history with NATO, has raised the specter of a direct military clash between the two powers. Polish officials quickly labeled the drone entry as intentional. Foreign Minister Radosław Sikorski described it as a continuation of Russian aggression beyond Ukraine, a view echoed by Prime Minister Donald Tusk. NATO and Washington, however, have so far refrained from explicitly affirming the deliberate nature of the incursion. The Kremlin, for its part, denied any intent to attack Poland, framing the incident as part of its broader struggle against the West. Russian presidential spokesperson Dmitry Peskov went further, declaring on September 15th that NATO is already at war with Russia. The episode has put NATO's unity and readiness to respond under scrutiny, especially given the ongoing war in Ukraine. The incursion highlighted NATO's limited preparedness against small-scale aerial threats, such as low-cost drones, despite years of rhetoric about bolstering European security. Within a day of the incident, Poland invoked Article 4 of the NATO treaty, prompting consultations among member states over threats to territorial integrity, but stopped short of invoking Article 5, which would require collective military action. European militaries have since sought to acquire anti-drone technology, similar to systems used in Ukraine, while NATO's response has largely focused on strengthening defensive measures. Secretary-General Mark Rutte announced the Eastern Sentry Initiative, deploying additional air assets, including French and British fighters and Czech helicopters, to patrol NATO's eastern flank. Yet much of NATO's capability to act decisively hinges on US support. President Donald Trump downplayed the incursion, suggesting it may have been accidental, and declined to commit to defending Poland, a position noticed by Moscow as a sign of limited American resolve. Russia's carefully calibrated drone operation, using unarmed Gerberer drones over sparsely populated areas, appears designed to test NATO without escalating into a full-blown conflict. Analysts note that Moscow's approach reflects a salami-slicing strategy, pushing boundaries incrementally while avoiding casualties. NATO's cautious response, combined with Poland's decision not to invoke Article 5, limited the alliance's immediate options and left individual member states wary of escalation. For Ukraine, the episode underscored NATO's reluctance to impose costs on Russia beyond defensive measures. Analysts suggest that while the incursion exposed weaknesses in NATO's readiness, it may also serve as a catalyst for gradual strengthening of European air defenses and potentially increased military support for Ukraine. Polish officials have noted that the incident could accelerate cooperation in shared airspace management and encourage NATO members to reconsider proactive measures against Russian provocations. While the incursion caused no casualties and did not trigger a collective NATO response, it highlighted the risks of ambiguous, probing actions by Moscow. Observers warn that similar incidents could continue, testing the alliance's resolve and readiness to act decisively if future provocations result in real harm or attacks on critical infrastructure.